Mondy,
Hello, hello.
here we are. Welcome back, Current AirPod. 45 subscribers. 45.
Yes.
Let's keep it going, bitch. Welcome to the Current Air. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Shout out to the YouTube, shout out to the podcast audience. I can see the
Sh-
numbers crawling.
Shout out Avi's new YouTube page as well.
Yes, Avi Baby. That's right. Yeah, she dropped her video. Shout out to Avi Baby. Yes.
Nice.
Monty, news, reviews, updates, tidbits, factoids. We have
Let's
some
get it.
things to discuss. Let's do.
We
Let's
do, we
do.
do. And stay around for it. No, never mind. Also, subscribe if you're feeling frisky. Share. Sorry, fucked it up. All right, let's do it. So, first segment today, guys, is reviews.
Yeah.
So I have two show reviews: Marvel's What If season 3, and I
Oh,
have Creature Commandos. What shows
DC
do
and
you have?
Marvel. Yeah,
If any?
Creature Commandos. Get the fuck out of here with What If season 3.
Yeah. Yeah, so please let's get the bullshit out of the way first. Marvel's What If season 3.
All right.
Look here, guys. Each season seems to be getting diminishing returns. Julian jumped ship long ago, and maybe he had the right
Season
decision
1.
there. Season 1, and I don't think any of these seasons are honestly bad seasons of television. The
Mhm.
problem for me is that they play along like they're an anthology series. That's like their whole thing. But then they always kind of have to tie things up at the end with some big finale. In season 1, it was Doctor Strange was the big bad. In season 2, it was Ultron with all the Infinity Stones, and now it's the Watchers themselves. And I just feel like if you're going to be a true anthology, be a true anthology. And I feel like this series, this season 3 especially, is so much more focused on just Easter eggs and fun cameos as opposed to like true storytelling, like someone like Star Wars Visions, which is another anthology series also on Disney Plus, does it so much better in such little runtime, such less runtime, should I say, compared to Marvel's What If. I mean, there are some standout episodes in my opinion. There was some good chemistry amongst different characters. Like I like seeing Sam and Monica Rambeau together. It was really cool. I love seeing Red Guardian and Bucky. Howard the Duck and Darcy, believe it or not, worked. And Kate Bishop and Shang-Chi was probably my favorite episode. I love their interaction. I'd like to see that live action possibly as well. Jeffrey Wright continues to be the shining beacon of this show as the Watcher. I'm so glad he has so much more to do this season because this is the final season apparently, and they kind of ended it off with him going against the Watchers. So that was really, really cool. Just great voice work there from Jeffrey Wright. And yeah, man, this, like I said, the way it ended, this is the end of What If apparently. So it's not going to be any more. I give it a C minus. It's not bad at all, but it's just like so many more anthologies that are just done so much better, and so many other animated superhero shows that are better, like the one that we're going to talk about next, which is, let's segue into Creature Commandos, the new James Gunn start of the DCU. Please give me your thoughts on the show.
Yeah, man. This is the start of what we know as this new DCU. I was very, very excited for this show, even though I didn't know a single one of these characters aside from the ones that were in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. So which
So
honestly,
Weasel.
yeah, Weasel, yeah. which honestly was, well, I mean, I guess Rick Flag Senior, but he doesn't count anyway. But
That's his
anyway,
dad.
honestly, it was refreshing for me not to know any of these characters. One thing James Gunn is going to do, aside from be unapologetically white in all his content, he is
Stop saying
going
that.
to he does. He is going to make a ragtag group of characters work. Now, are they always going to work? And is every single character going to shine? No, but I will say that this is just his ship. Like, he did it with Guardians of the Galaxy. He did it somewhat with Suicide Squad, and he's done it here again with the Creature Commandos. Like,
Peacemaker.
yeah, yeah. So man, I actually really enjoyed this, man. Now, in terms of like style, like, there's still like the same James Gunn style here. Like, there cannot be an action sequence without some insane rock music blaring over the entire sequence. Like, that's just something that he loves to do. It wouldn't be a James Gunn series if it wasn't ridiculously gory. It's just like, do I need to see people's like eyeballs being exploded and like bones sticking out through their skin? I don't, but it's there for, all you sickos that enjoy that. But what's also there is the great characters. There's characters with backstories. There's characters that you really feel for and that you care about. And that to me trumps every other negative thing that I've said about it. So overall, man, this is like really good storytelling too, which is something that I value most of all, especially when it comes to James Gunn, because I am not his biggest fan, as you guys can tell. But yeah, he did his thing with this, man, especially with certain characters. Like, and I'll just go ahead and say it. I enjoyed some characters more than other. I ended up ranking them. So at I guess I'll do worse. So yeah, so number 7, I have Frankenstein. I just did not care, brother. I didn't care at all. Played by David Harbour. I just the whole like the bride needs to be mine. It wore off very very quickly for me. I just did not care about the
Agreed.
storyline at all. Number
Agreed.
6, another one note character is GI Robot. I know that the internet is having fun with the memes and the Nazis thing. And look, man, it was funny the first time. It was even funny the second time. But after 47 times of "Are you a Nazi?" it was just nauseating. Um, Number 5 is Nina. This she would be lower. She just didn't have anything to do. So ultimately, Nina just didn't make any kind of impression on me, unfortunately. Number 4 is Weasel. This is where like we start to see an uptick in my opinion. I really enjoy Weasel, even though he literally has no dialogue. He's like this insane creature. But you know, maybe there is a little more to Weasel than we realize. His episode in particular was extremely sad in my opinion. Number 3, Dr. Phosphorus. Just this dude is having the time of his life. But another episode where it was just so sad. It's like Jesus Christ, like you know the worst things in life have happened to these people. So you know obviously they can only turn out one way. Batman cameo. Mm-hmm.
Is it fair to say he's the most powerful out of the Creature Commandos?
Yes, I mean, who's stopping this nigga, bro? This nigga's OP. Like,
Yeah.
Low key, why is he a part of this team? And how did Batman? Never mind, we're not gonna. He's Batman, bitch. Number 2. First of all, I love how like all we got was like a shot of a shadow of Batman, and then we like everybody understood like okay, that's why you're in prison, bitch, because you face Batman, bitch. Like,
Right.
Number 2, man, Colonel Flag, Senior, man. It's so funny because in David Ayer's Suicide Squad with Will Smith, I thought that Colonel Flag was a standout. I was like, wow, like this is a cool guy. Like I really enjoyed him. And then when they redid it in The Suicide Squad, I just didn't enjoy him as much. And now with his death in that film, we have his dad in this one, and I almost thought that I would have the same reaction. It's like, okay, well, I'm sure he's just a straight laced Boy Scout, boring, whatever. And he wasn't, man. I'm happy to report that he was really good. He had a lot to do. I was concerned at some point that he was tanking. He was tanking. Yes, bro. I was like, who is this nigga, bro? He was taking some hits. Like I literally paused it mid episode during the yeah, I was like what's going on, bro? Like, and then I pressed play, and then I quickly realized that everything was fine. And then number 1 for me is the bride, who like the bride of Frankenstein. Interesting. She's very very interesting. She has the most to do. She has the best story, and there's a reason for that. This is a great show, man. I ended up giving this a B plus. I didn't think that I would love or care about this at all. I absolutely do. I want to see these characters back, well, some of them. And I want a season 2 of Creature Commandos. Like, I'm totally invested.
Give me your thoughts. Great review. We are in alignment with a lot of what you said. Is this essentially just The Suicide Squad by James Gunn all over again?
So
yeah, pretty much. So what? This time he gets to play in his own sandbox, and he gets to it's his world. Mm-hmm. Which arguably you could argue that Warner Brothers kind of gave him the keys anyway with The Suicide Squad. That was pretty wacky anyway. But yeah, I'm so here for it, man. I love how we get to see we get the reference from The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. So basically, it's like, is this the start of the DCU? Was that the start of the DCU? Who knows where the lines blur? Who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm having fun with it regardless. I think the castings are very interesting, guys. Pay very close attention to these voice castings because if you think about it, Frank Grillo as Senior Flag, Amanda Waller as Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, David Harbour as Frankenstein. These are all people that can easily play these characters in live action. It had to be done intentionally. All these voice actors literally look like their animated counterparts, so that has to be done intentionally. So I'm super excited to see them come over in live action at some point. Also, I just want to say as well that, like you said, James Gunn is a master when it comes to just crafting, assembling a team of all these ragtag people. He's done it time and time again. Scooby-Doo, The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously, and now here again. He obviously feels a connection to people who feel like they're outcasts, right? Obviously. And it feels like you can just tell it's authentic in his storytelling because it always is done just really, really well. And it's not even getting old yet to me. Like that whole shtick of the ragtag team, when he does it, it just does it really well every single time. I fell in love with this team by episode 2. I was fully invested. I was like, yeah, this team has the chemistry, the dynamic. I want to see them do more and more. I love how every creature / monster on this show is beautifully humanized through their own individual backstories. Like, those are some just excellent backstories. But
Yeah.
James Gunn's he's been a master of backstory. Look at Lila in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like, that's one of the most heartbreaking backstories I've ever seen in an MCU movie. And so he definitely nails it when it comes to those kind of backstories. And I think that what the show is trying to say is that these people are only monsters because society says that they're different and they deem them monsters. And so when society keeps telling you, yeah, you're a monster, eventually you're going to be like, okay, fuck it, I'm a monster. And as a black man, I feel like we should be able to relate to that to some extent as well, you know? I'm not trying to get too deep or anything like that. But like you said, my favorite character is the bride, played by Indira Varma, who was in Game of Thrones. She's one of the Dorne queens. And she looks just like the bride as well. I could easily see her coming into live action and killing that role. The bride is just an amazing character. Like, whoever keeps saying that female characters can't be written well, look at Vi and Jinx from Arcane. Look at all these different characters. Look at Sophia Falcone from The Penguin. Like, you can write great female characters if you just pay. You know, if you don't treat them like they're just this shell of a person. Like, you give them fully layered humanity. And I think that the bride proves that. She's a great character to me. My only crime for this show that every episode is 20 minutes or shorter. That was just like, man, in what world does What If get to be 30, 40 minutes long, but we get to have 20 minutes of this? But like you, man, I give the show the same score. I give it a B+. This is an excellent start for James Gunn's DCU, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Man, it's also interesting how many times they reference things in this. Like, they said Themyscira like 87 times. Like they were trying to hit home, like, bitch, we're coming. Like Wonder Woman's on the way. And of course, you know, we got the flashes of all of the, you know, the Justice League, so to speak, in death, I guess, with the princess plot thing. So it was interesting, man. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, sorry.
No, I want to shout whoever's animating the bride, and the princess, and even Nina in the finale. Keep doing your thing. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. So let's talk some movie reviews. Did you finish any movies or watch any movies?
No, hell no. There's nothing out.
Okay, I watched 2 movies. I ended up watching The Fire Inside. This is the boxing movie about Clarissa Shields. Honestly, I feel like I was bullied into watching this only because I had no intention on watching this movie, as I stated on the pod before. But people just kept saying it was a good movie. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm always down for a good movie. And after watching it, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I'll say that. It stars Ryan Destiny as Clarissa Shields and Brian Tyree Henry, who's just always so good at everything that he's in. He always fully commits. He's really, really great as well. This is actually written by Barry Jenkins, so he had a pretty busy couple of years. He directed Mufasa, and then he wrote this movie as well. Didn't direct this one though. Now, from a boxing standpoint, the story and even the fight sequences in this movie are not like as flashy as like a Creed, which I feel like is a fair comparison. But I feel like where it has the advantage is that the narrative feels very like just realistic. And that's obviously because it's based on a true story of Clarissa Shields. It was eye opening to see like the lack of respect that a lot of women boxers get in that kind of field, like, you know, like in terms of money, just garnering any kind of respect. They just hardly get any, black women especially. So that was really eye opening to see. Now, my only issue with the movie is that the movie's about 1 hour and 40 minutes. At the hour mark, the movie seems to like crescendo with this big, like what I thought was a finale, damn near. You know, big fight that she wins, and it's like, okay, there's 40 minutes left. What the hell are we gonna do here? And that last 40 minutes was kind of like a downward in terms of momentum. Just kind of, you know, I felt like after thinking about it, though, I feel like it makes sense only because that last 40 minutes was crucial in giving you guys the full rounded themes of the movie. But it just kind of was weird to kind of blow the energy load that early in the movie and then have the rest of the 40 minutes kind of be something else, you know, in terms of just tone and stuff like that. So overall, I give the movie a B-. It's a very well crafted movie, in my opinion. But nothing I had to rush out to see, but something that I'm glad I saw, if that makes any sense. So yeah, The Fire Inside.
Dope.
Last review is for Nickel Boys, which is now playing in theaters in Atlanta. It was playing other places. This is a movie that is basically shot through the entire movie is shot through like the POV of these 2 black boys in the 1960s. So it's almost like a found footage film almost, but like it's really kind of cool because it's like found footage in the 1960s, which you would never think to see because there were no camcorders back then. There were no phones. So it didn't feel gimmicky. It felt like it actually enhanced the story, which I have to say. So that was really, really cool. There's a lot of dark implications in this film. If you guys know about the Florida School for Boys, if you don't know about it, go into it blind if you can. But it's a very lot of dark things that kind of happen in this film that the movie's not trying to spoon feed you at all. Like, it's trying to let you as the audience put 2 and 2 together. Like, it's about black trauma for sure, but it doesn't show it like in like a black and white fashion. Which I kind of respect to an extent. Now I'll be honest here, man. The movie is long. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and you feel that length for sure. And so I started to get frustrated because I'm like, okay, what's the point of this? All this, where are we going with this? And then when the final moments of the movie happen, everything comes together, and it definitely hits. Like, it's one of those movies that when the credits roll, like the whole audience was just quiet. You could hear a pin drop, and you could feel like the movie knows that it had that kind of weight to it because it doesn't even bring in any music for the score, silent score, and like you can just feel like the weight of everybody watching that movie. Like, damn, that was pretty intense. There's like a lot of like random interlaced clips in the movie, like a clip of like an astronaut going to space, like a clip of a crocodile, or a clip of Martin Luther King Jr. And Sidney Poitier. I'm like, what's all these clips about? I'm sure if I had the context, I'm sure I would even have a more enhanced viewing experience. But overall, man, I give the movie a B. It's very well made. It's funny, man. My theater was full of all like white people, which is interesting because I noticed with these kind of movies about black trauma and stuff like that, they come out in droves to support 12 Years a Slave, Django, whatever. Like, they come out in droves, but they don't show that same enthusiasm to like movies about like black joy. Like, will these seen people come to the SZA, Issa Rae, Kiki Palmer movie come out in a couple weeks? Like will they come to a movie about a black rom com or a black action movie?
Black
So
Captain America.
Black Captain America, it's interesting just to see what kind of movies they come out in droves to support with us. So I just want to note that because it kind of did rub me a little, a little bit of the wrong way. But overall, Nickel Boys, man, it's a very well crafted film. It's a directorial debut. I give it a B. So it's a long one though, so you have to be a patient viewer for this movie. Okay, guys. So just want to, if you're still watching,
If you're still watching, it's crazy.
Me and Julian have come up with a new concept. It's called Random Recommendations, where once a month, Julian and I will exchange two movies with each other that we have never seen, just to kind of give each other just a wider, broader spectrum on different films that maybe we would never see without the recommendation. And so the two movies that I recommended to Julian were an anime movie called Your Name and this other movie called Doctor Sleep, which is like a sequel to the infamous The Shining film. And the two movies that Julian recommended to me were Ip Man, which I've never seen with Donnie Yen, and Two Can Play That Game, Morris Chestnut, Vivica A. Fox. So this is just a cool little segment that we'll do once a month and just give our little reviews on, these movies. So we can kind of snake it around. Julian, give me your review on whichever one you want to go first with.
Which one should I start with? I'll do it in watch order. So I started with Your Name. Your Name came out in 2017. This is a anime film. I was very happy to realize that. It was, so first of all, Mondy, bitch, Doctor Sleep wasn't on any available streaming service. I had to buy it, bitch. You owe me $4.99.
Our rule. If it's over $5, I owe you. If it's not, that's all you, bitch.
No. Your Name was on Crunchyroll, which was great. Obviously, I have a Crunchyroll subscription. And so for me personally, I went into both of these movies kind of blind, and that both hurt and helped my viewing experience for both of these films. So for Your Name, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to jump both ways, but anyway, for Your Name, just to give you guys a little background on me, I've watched anime my entire life, even romance anime. So this felt very familiar to me once it got going. But the first 30 minutes of this movie, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
why you say that? Why do you say that? But like, it's too slice of life for you?
No. It's just because, like I said, like I went into this blind. So if I would have even read the like little description, maybe it would have been easier for me to digest, because I would have been like, okay, they're building up to this, and like this is what's happening. But because I had no idea what was going on, I was just like, bro, what the fuck? But anyway, look, once the movie got going and like, they kind of revealed what they were trying to do in terms of the plot, I was completely on board. I was like, okay, like this like I said, this is very familiar for me. I love romance anime. like I'm absolutely here for it. And it's so funny because, like it kind of showcases just how different styles are when it comes to, I mean, really anything, but especially romance. Like here in the West, we have to have that ABC story. We've got to have the downfall, the breakup, the comeback together, the happy ending, and they don't necessarily give a fuck about that in Japan, or and like it's like the the romance of it all is kind of the journey along the way. I hate to say it is that's the romance. Sorry, and you're not necessarily going to get that happy ending, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have a really great time and that it doesn't have a great ending and you can enjoy it. So I actually really did enjoy this. I ended up giving this a B plus. Beautiful animation. I watched it subbed. I was going to watch it dubbed, but I started recognizing too many of the people that were involved in the dub, and I was like, well, that's just going to distract me. So I'm just going to watch it subbed. And I'm glad I did, because obviously, like the Japanese voice actors, the Japanese voice actors, the Japanese voice actors, Jesus, voice actors, fucking the voice, no. It's your 47. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They were great. They gave a great performance. And this is just a really sweet, heartfelt movie. I want to show this to Avi one day. I really enjoyed this, man. So thank you for recommending this one. Your name.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Did the twist at all get you? The twist caught me. I was like, this is kind of crazy to me. When I first saw it, did the twist kind of like, did you see it coming, or was it like something that kind of caught you off guard as well?
Was there a twist?
Well, just in terms of how they were able to speak to each other, and he's from a different time. I don't want to spoil it for a viewer.
Oh no, sorry. I mean, okay. but like again, I do this. So like,
okay.
But
so
no,
it was too familiar for you.
Yeah, but like it was still good. Like I was still ingesting the content. Like I was still very happy with it. Like it just didn't. It wasn't like oh. But
for me, you have you like, oh, this is Inception. I don't watch as many anime as Julien guys, so for reference. So,
but yeah, it was brilliant, man. I'm glad I saw this. I really am.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I'll also review mine in watch order as well. I watched Two Can Play That Game.
Hey,
this is we got
classic. Maybe it's a classic. I'm sorry.
We got Monique, Gabrielle. It's a pretty stacked cast of Black Hobby. Anthony Anderson, Gabrielle Union, Tamala Jones. I want to just shout out Tamala Jones because she's somebody that's been underrated. She's an underrated baddie. She's always in the background of all these kind of movies, whether it be The Wood, all these kind of movies. She never had like the starring, like leading role.
Yep.
But I just think she's like, she's some fun shit.
She is.
Now look, it's so funny how like in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, like all these movies, it was so popular to just break the fourth wall. Like that was just like the thing that you do. And so like that felt familiar in a good way though. And in case you thought that any like arguments that we see on social media all the time about like men and women like manipulating each other, you thought all that was new, guys. If you watch this kind of movie, it'll show you. These have been happening for a long time. These kind of conversations about men and women and how to go about dating or whatever. Even before this came out, these are very timely arguments to say the least. And this film, like I said, to me, honestly, I enjoyed the film. I feel like the highlight for me was almost everybody else outside of Morris Chestnut and Vivica A. Fox. That was kind of my biggest issue with the film, is that their chemistry was fine. It wasn't horrible. But I just found that the other supporting characters, I found them to be a little bit more interesting than Morris Chestnut and Vivica A. Fox, which is, I love Anthony Anderson's character. I love the actress from The Game. I can't remember her name. I thought that there was other just more interesting supporting characters in my opinion. I love the party scene only because it put me onto a banger of a song which I play every day now. It's this song called "So Hot" by Rashawn Patterson. If you know, I guess. But overall, man, I give this movie a C+. It's one of those movies I had a lot of fun with. Yeah, and it's also one of those movies where I was like, okay, I want to see the sequel. We can play that game because I was like, I'm invested.
Don't do it, no.
and I fucking paid for it, literally. And just a real quick, I know I only have one review, but just real quick, guys, I'll watch. We can play that game.
No, nigga, that's on you. That's on you, bitch.
Look, listen.
I never told you to do that.
It's a good sign because the movie I liked it so much I wanted to see what was going on. And the only returning cast member is Vivica A. Fox, and the other people were like, "Hell no, we ain't doing this shit." This shit came out 6 years later. Yeah, this is a straight to DVD sequel if I've ever seen one. Guys. Oh
it
my
was.
God.
It literally was.
Everything literally tapers in quality from picture to sound, to editing. The poster, like look at the poster for We Can Play That Game, please. Just look at the poster, and that should tell you everything you need to fucking know. Oh my God. It's one of those movies that like retroactively makes Two Can Play That Game that much better. Like, I'm like, is that a C+ or a fucking B+? Because in comparison, it's just leagues better in every single facet.
Wow.
So yeah, that was horrible, guys. But I did watch it because, like I said, I was prompted to. Okay. I enjoyed the first one. So yeah.
That's funny. That is hilarious. Okay, so yeah, look, my second movie, as Monty said, was Doctor Sleep. This is the sequel to The Shining. The
I'm sorry,
Shining
guys. Actually, it was a B minus, guys. I didn't give it. I gave it a B minus, and not a C plus.
two can play
So
that
that
game.
again, yeah, B minus.
Um, yeah, my second film was Doctor Sleep. This is the sequel to The Shining, which horror fans hold near and dear to their heart. It's one of the greatest horror films of all time, starring Jack Nicholson. When this movie came out in 2019, I had not seen The Shining yet, so I did not go see this in theaters. I purposely didn't go see it in theaters because I had not seen The Shining. I saw The Shining maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and unfortunately for me personally, it's just one of those films that maybe it
Far
was
too
of
late.
its time. Yeah, like maybe it just didn't hit for me. And yeah, that I kind of went into my viewing experience for Doctor Sleep, unfortunately. So look, this does star Ewan McGregor, or Obi-Wan Kenobi as we know him, which is great. It's great to see him in anything. He's great in this. He has a lot to do. He's the main character. He's a little kid from the first one. Um,
Danny.
my biggest problem with this movie is, first of all, it is very long. This is 2 hours and 30 minutes, and
Oh,
my
damn.
my biggest complaint with this movie is that it felt like two separate films. Like the first hour and 45 minutes of this, I had like, what the fuck was going on? Like, niggas are using substitution jutsus. They're using the voice. They're using fucking the force. They're using telepathy. Like niggas have powers, like straight up powers. Like, all of a sudden, 10% of the population has powers, nigga. Like My Hero Academia powers. And
Oh,
then once that part is over, we get back to the Overlook Hotel, and then it kind of feels like a sequel to The Shining again.
mm.
So I did enjoy this. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Oh, damn.
I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I didn't enjoy this at all. I enjoyed it once they got to the Overlook Hotel, and like the last 45 minutes of the movie happened. But man, I'm glad I didn't see this in theaters, because I was cracking up at random points throughout this movie, and I would have disturbed the people that were there for, like, we love The Shining, and like ooh, yeah, this was not a fun watch, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
I ended up giving this a C, but maybe I don't know, like, maybe if you love The Shining and you want to go see this, then you'd enjoy it more than I did. But I didn't love The Shining, and I did not love this either. So makes
Do
sense.
you recognize Rose the Hat, Rebecca Ferguson from the Dune movies?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing the same
Um,
fucking character, using the same voice.
well, I thought the scene when the little boy, when they suck his soul, essentially, I thought that was like, I've never seen it. You very rarely do you see a kid kind of go through something
Hmm.
like that traumatic. I thought that
Hmm.
was a very intense scene for me. Was that intense for you at least?
It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Didn't say the movie.
Yeah, I know. Right. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it, but I should have known if you didn't like The Shining, maybe that wouldn't translate. But
No,
yeah,
no. I mean, look,
I love Doctor Sleep.
I am still glad that I watched this movie. It just took me for a loop. I was just like, bro, this is crazy. Like, there's so much going on right now.
That's fair. So my second recommendation, guys, is Ip Man, which I saw for the first time. This movie stars Donnie Yen. Honestly, this is a movie I've been wanting to watch for a long time. I always hear referenced all the time. And Donnie Yen is an example of a combination of just really hard to accomplish, of being a legit martial artist, but also being a legit leading man in Hollywood. And we haven't seen that many translate to the Western world. Only Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, and Jet Li is all
Yep.
I can think of. They actually made it super big.
Yep.
And so he's a testament, man. He was great in this film, man, as a leading man, as a martial artist, obviously, based on the true story of Bruce Lee's teacher, which I have to assume was exaggerated. Like I don't know, but I have to assume they exaggerated the fuck out of this, because this is some crazy shit that was going down in this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, true story, huh? Now look,
10 on 1, bitch.
right? I was like, okay. Now I
Wait,
watched it
wait,
in
wait.
English.
Okay. Did you watch it in English? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I watched it in the English dub
Sorry.
only because I wanted to see it in sub, but they didn't have a subbed option on. I think I saw it on Peacock,
Oh,
and
it's
there's
on
no.
Netflix. I thought. Okay.
I saw it on Peacock. There's no subbed option, so I
Ew.
had to watch it in English dub. So,
Okay.
so I don't know if that might alter my viewing experience or whatever. Now, the first 30 minutes of this movie, I'm like, okay, this is a little goofy, little lighthearted movie about a guy that's kung fu and basically who has the most hands. Basically, I was like,
Hmm.
okay, cool. And if that's what it was, I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that either way. But then, something happens like around the 30-minute mark, where the plot, when Japan invades China, where everything gets darker.
Hmm.
Even the camera the filter looks darker. Like it just looks like a different movie once that happened. I thought that was a very kind of interesting, brilliant art choice. And yeah, it was a whole different movie from then on out. And like the scene when he says, I want to fight 10 of them, not 3. That's when I knew, okay, this is different, because up until then, he was like a kind of whimsical kind of kung fu master, didn't really hurt anybody. But this nigga was breaking bones, drawing blood, which I've never seen him do before. And it just became a whole different movie when they killed his friend, you know? And so I really appreciated that tonal shift, because it actually worked here. He kind of reminded me of like Goku a little bit, only like in terms of his demeanor. Like he's a happy, lucky guy that, you know, everybody likes. But when you mess with him, cross him the wrong way, he'll show you why he's the best fighter, you know? And I can't speak for anyone else outside of myself, obviously, because I'm not a Chinese person, but I feel like if I was a Chinese citizen watching this movie, I'd be very proud at what I saw on the screen, at their representation and at their resilience. So overall, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm prompted to see. I want to see Ip Man 2, 3, and 4. I gave it a B. It was a good film. It was a really good film.
Hey, what do you think of all the action scenes aside from the last one? I mean, obviously, like the last one stands out because like it's so emotional, 10 versus 1, and I haven't seen the dub at all. So does Donnie Yen does his own dub voice, or is there somebody doing his voice?
I can't tell if it's Donnie Yen doing his own dub voice or not. I can't tell. I'm sorry. Why are you
nigga, he speaks English, nigga. What do you mean you can't tell? Like, what? You can't tell if it's him.
I say no, I guess. I say no.
Okay, but, got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, but all the action choreography was great, man. Like the 10 punches at one time.
Yeah.
Like, really,
that nigga 5, boy. That nigga 5. Okay.
He almost has an equalizer problem where he's 2-5, but we'll see Ip Man 2, 3, and 4 if he gets challenged. We'll see. Hey. Yeah, but no, that was a good wreck. I give it a B.
Thank you, man. Look, some of the best fights in the series are in 2 and 3. I personally am only going to say watch 2 and 3. Whatever you do beyond that, that's on you. Okay.
It's like you can play that game type of shit.
That's on you.
Okay. Well, guys, get the trailers, but
nigga Money said we're going for 20-minute pod, but we 31 minutes in. Boy, I've been talking about it, man.
Well, I said before the reviews. I mean, 4 reviews is a lot. Anyway, we have the trailer for Reacher Season 3, which is out, guys, coming February 20th on Prime Video. I don't think Julien and I both don't watch Reacher, but I know people do. If you love Reacher, go watch the trailer out now and online. We have the trailer for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, premiering on Disney Plus January 29th this month. Yeah. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio will be reprising their roles as Daredevil and Kingpin. And Norman Osborn will be black this time, and he'll be voiced by none other than Coleman Domingo. What are your thoughts on this trailer?
So I watched this trailer about 3 times because unfortunately, the first time I watched it, there was a little hate in my heart, just because I felt like they were trying. I felt like they were pandering, like seriously pandering, and I just can't stand the pandering. Not only are Harry and Norman both black, there's like hip hop music blaring throughout the entirety of the trailer. Peter is talking in slang. Like there's like so many black people in his classes. It's like, come on, come on, bro. I get it.
My only counter to that is that this is based in the MCU, and in the movies, he has a very diverse class as well.
Which is why I said I had that hate in my heart. I had to watch it more than once. But I look, hey, I watched it 2 or 3 times. I was like, you know what? I'm here for it. Bitch. Norman waves. Let's go, bitch. Let's go. Harry, what does he have? Like a fucking dreads? Okay.
I don't know what they got going on.
What does that mean? Oh, you're saying he's gay?
Go ahead.
All right. And yeah, I mean, you know, the animation style is a little, it's so weird. Like when animation is choosing what style they want to animate, I wonder why would they choose to go with this like blocky paint dry looking, like why? But whatever. Maybe this is just all that was available to them. I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm gonna watch it. Am I going to love this? Who knows? But I'm gonna give this a shot, and hopefully I do love it. But yeah, trailer looked good. After I got the hit on my heart. So, what do you think, Mondy?
I actually was not a fan of this trailer. I'm going to watch the show. Big MCU fan. I was not a fan of Spider-Man's voice actor at all. I was not a fan of the animation. and I don't like the idea of this being canon to the MCU. This happens apparently prior to Homecoming, and we're getting major players like Norman Osborn introduced for the first time in a Disney Plus animated show, as opposed to where he deserves a proper introduction into live action in the MCU. This is supposed to be a big deal. This is fucking Green Goblin. This is Harry Osborn, who,
This is
like
MCU
I said,
canon. Okay.
I think it is. I remember it being a big deal. Like this is before Homecoming. Um, and so
Okay.
he knows Harry Osborn. If it's not, if I'm wrong, guys, I'm wrong. But if he does know Harry Osborn, and they just never addressed that in the MCU, that's a big problem for me. I don't like these kind of major, events happening outside of the live action. So I'll watch the show and I'll watch it with a clean slate as I can. But we will see. Next
Mm,
trailer, guys, is for Companion. This is a movie trailer starring Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher, who we last saw in Heretic. It's been released. What are your thoughts on this trailer? Jack Quaid made a lot of
uh,
work with it recently.
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is not part of the MCU canon,
Oh, it's not. Okay, I remember
according
that it
according to
was.
Google. According to Google,
Okay, well, I'm
who
sorry.
knows?
I'll take that back, I guess.
We're talking about the Jack Quaid love bot. Yeah,
Yeah.
guys, what the fuck is going on? So like this trailer has been coming out in Regal theaters, which I don't go to. I go to Cinemark, but it's basically the same fucking thing. This trailer's been coming out for months. There has never been one inkling of all of a sudden this is a murder by AI, man versus machine story until they released this other minute and a half trailer like 2 days ago. Now it's just like, oh yeah, she's a robot. This is actually a sex bot, and she's going to turn on her intelligence. She's going to kill him because he's doing her wrong, and she wants to be a real boy. And I'll be there opening night, bitch. I'll be there opening night for
What?
this
I can
bullshit.
never read you these
I'll
days.
be there opening night. Look, this is gonna be ass. This is gonna be ass. It's gonna be basic. I don't care. I'm here for the hijinks, man versus machine.
So why have that enthusiasm for this movie, but not a movie like Subservience with Megan Fox, which is pretty much the same thing, which came out last year.
Subservience.
It came out in theaters. It's on Netflix now. Remember I reviewed it. Like she's like a sex bot, or she's really like a housemaid. But AI
Hmm.
gone bad.
Yeah. The trailer didn't give me enough, I guess. But
Okay.
this trailer looks better.
Yeah, I agree. The trailer does look better. A sex doll that gains sentience and turns evil. Basically, it's AI turning evil.
Hmm.
Between this kind of storyline and revenge storyline, which we're going to review coming up, the Hollywood is just having a ball with these kind of storylines. And I'm honestly, it's getting old. And honestly, I probably would be like, nah, I'm done with it. But the fact that it's made from the same creators as Barbarian gives me a lot of hope. And so I will be watching this because Barbarian was an excellent, excellent modern horror film. So I have faith in it. And I like Sophie Thatcher and I like Jack Quaid. So yeah. Next trailer, guys, is for Heart Eyes. This is a slasher movie set to release on Valentine's Day, starring Olivia Holt for all my Cloak and Dagger fans, the live action series, and Mason Gooding from Scream, from the same producers as Scream, in
Core four.
theaters February 7th. Yeah.
Talk about like getting sick of seeing something. I feel like they release like two of these every year. One around Valentine's Day,
Happy
and one
Death
around
Day.
Thanksgiving. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
bruh. How many times do we need to see people getting killed for the power of love? Um, I'm actually not gonna watch this one. I didn't watch like Thanksgiving Day. I skipped Happy Death Day too. Like I think I'm done with these kind of like niche Valentine's Thanksgiving. Like
Yeah.
I have not had fun with these type of movies for a while. So I guess if you tell me that it's great, I'll rush to the theater. But I'm not expecting that. So yeah.
Honestly, I don't blame you for skipping out on these kind of movies. If I do watch this, I think this is a good date night movie. Just something that you don't have to really care. You can turn your brain off and just get some popcorn and just chill and go to just do something afterwards. So if I do watch it, it'll be in that kind of circumstance. But I'm not rushing out to see this either, to be honest.
Hmm.
Next trailer is for the trailer of the hour, according to you. This is from David Ayers, the guy behind Suicide Squad, The Beekeeper,
Yeah.
Bright. I love Bright on Netflix. A Working Man. It's a new action thriller starring Jason Statham, written by Sylvester Stallone, which is insane.
Oh boy, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in theaters March 28th. What are your thoughts? He's back.
He's back.
This is all one universe to me. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is. Bitch, what do you fucking mean? What? We're there. We will be seated. I'm like, nigga, we, nigga. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be another mindless, brain numbing action flick that I'm ultimately going to love, just like The Beekeeper. The Beekeeper was one of the best movies of the year last year, and this is going to follow suit. I just know it is. So, I don't need to know anymore. Like he's He's a working man. He's got he's got a
Mm-hmm.
particular set of skills. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, bro, I'll be there. I'll be there. Can't wait, Monty.
Yeah, I like Sylvester. I mean, I like Jason
Jason Statham.
Statham.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I vow to never watch these kind of movies ever again in theaters. I know you like these kind of movies, and I love that for you. I
Yeah,
just these movies aren't even bad half the time.
they're not.
It's just I've seen it before, man. I've seen it
Okay.
before, and yeah, if you tell me it's great, I'll watch it on streaming around April or May or something. I'll see for myself. But yeah, I'm glad you're excited for that.
I can't wait.
Let's talk some DC Marvel news. Jason Momoa has officially been cast as Lobo in
Yeah.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, in theaters June 26, 2026, next year. What are your thoughts on this casting?
Man, I wish I gave a fuck. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't care. This doesn't matter to me at all. I mean, I guess like on a human level, like I'm happy that Jason Momoa is happy, but like Lobo, I'm sorry. I don't. Lobo is meant to be a joke in like everything that he does. So why should I take him seriously? I'm sure he's going to
He's
show
DC's
up.
Deadpool.
I'm sure he's going to show up. He's going to curse a lot. He's going to blow some stuff up. He's going to punch Supergirl, and we'll have a great time. But like the character has never excited me, and Jason Momoa it doesn't excite me. I'm sorry. So yeah,
Yeah, he basically he's DC's Deadpool pretty much. Jason Momoa, this casting is a little bit too on the nose for me. Like if I think of like who should be cast as Lobo, I would think of Jason Momoa. Like I think you said on Twitter, he's gonna be Aquaman all over again from the DCEU. Like, yeah, rock on, dude,
yep,
totally.
yes, literally.
And it's so funny, like Lobo's strength is so it varies so much in the comics. Like,
Yeah.
you think it's like Superman level strength, or
Yeah.
he's like fighting like Batman or some shit. Like it's like I don't know what version we're gonna get. If it's Supergirl, I imagine probably towards the Superman level strength. But yeah, I'm excited to see the character. I'm not gonna lie, but I think the casting is a little bit too on the nose. I think Jason Momoa is gonna kill it, but I'm not excited that he's gonna kill it. If that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. I'm sure he's gonna be great. Like he's gonna be great, but I don't care.
The MCU is releasing 9 projects this year, guys. 9 projects. I'm going to list. I want you to just give me your ranking of your excitement for these level of things that's coming out. We have the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We have Captain America: Brave New World. We have Daredevil: Born Again. We have Thunderbolts, Ironheart, Fantastic Four: First Steps, Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, and Wonder Man. So I'll say it one more time. I know that's a lot.
Jesus.
So basically, I'll just name Spider-Man the show, Born Again the show, Ironheart the show, and Wonder Man the show, and Eyes of Wakanda the show, and Marvel Zombies. So 6 shows, guys. 6 animated shows, or 2. I'm sorry, just 6 shows, not animated shows.
God damn.
And then we have Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four: First Steps. So 3 movies and 6 shows. What's your level of excitement for those?
Level of excitement. I mean, it's Daredevil Born Again. Like that's the thing that I need. I need that. Wow. The rest of these, man.
You don't really care.
I'm
okay,
sorry.
Well, if not all 9, just give me your top 3 then that you're excited for.
I mean, well, yeah, it'll be Daredevil Born Again. I guess Captain America, and I guess Fantastic Four. I guess. Like, I mean, look, I'm gonna see literally all of these. Maybe not Marvel Zombies because like, what the fuck is that? But I'm probably gonna watch all of them, and yeah, we'll see.
I love that. Speaking of shows, a new Punisher show is also reportedly in development.
Oh, you're not gonna give your ranking?
Well, my top 3 is almost the same as yours. I get Captain America, Daredevil, Thunderbolts, though. That's my number 1 for sure. And then Fantastic Four. Just I need to see how they're gonna butcher that.
Butcher.
A new Punisher show, guys, is reportedly in development at Marvel Studios. John Bernthal returning as the character.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, can we get a silver screen for some of these? Like, this is like, how many times we're gonna do the show thing for him? I need him on the silver screen. Like,
oh, you want like a feature length film of the Punisher?
Yeah. Well, why not?
Why
it's
not?
Been done twice before.
Why not?
Why not? It's interesting when Marvel chooses to make theatrically release things and shows. Like, I don't understand why Punisher can't get a. That'd be a great movie.
I agree. And I mean, John Bernthal can definitely carry the load of a film on his back. But I'm happy that he's back regardless, and I'm glad. I'm happy. What bitch? And I'm happy that he's getting his own show. The Daredevil trailer leaked a little bit. like a minute and a half, and of course he's in it. First of all, it's January 12th as we record this, and we have like no Daredevil trailer. Like, what the fuck are they doing? It's coming out in March. But yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I can't wait for John Berthal to be back.
Wait, are you sure that I'm sorry, the Spider-Man show is not canon? Because why would Charlie Cox be voicing Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio be voicing Kingpin?
I said it was on Google. I don't know. That's all I said.
Anyways, let's talk about what's coming out, guys. For those who are looking to watch something on streaming, both Nolan masterpieces, Interstellar and Inception, are now streaming on Netflix. If you want to watch those, Dune Part 2 is also on Netflix. It's been on Max for a minute. And Clint Eastwood's Juror Number 2 is also streaming on Max. This is the movie with Nicholas Hoult where he's on jury duty for a murder that he actually committed. And then A Quiet Place Day 1 is now streaming on Prime Video for those who missed it in theaters. The Wild Robot will return to theaters on January 17th. So for those who missed it, people are calling it some of the best animated movie of last year, which I agree, but it's not fantastic in my opinion, but I think it's a good watch. Ghost of Tsushima is having an anime that is being made by Kamikaze Duga. They created the Star Wars Visions episode, The Duel. It's coming out in 2027. It's going to be a Crunchyroll exclusive.
Let's go.
What are your thoughts? As somebody who loves the game, what are your thoughts on this anime coming out?
This is going to be absolutely sensational, Stephen A. Smith style. Like, yeah, can't wait for this. I mean, I need this immediately. And I wonder if they're going to give them like powers. Because like in the video game, obviously, he literally does not have powers. Like I don't want to give the impression that he has powers, but obviously it's a video game. You can get away with doing certain things like, movement, and you can jump from this high, kill people, blah, blah. So it's anime, so I'm sure he's gonna have. No, he can't have powers.
Enhanced
but
abilities?
Yes, there we go. Yeah, he's gonna be enhanced, bitch.
Like Flag Senior?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that nigga's a super soldier. So yeah. I mean, I'm super excited for this. Crunchyroll exclusive. Okay, whatever. These niggas are gatekeeping. It's so funny that like anime has like gatekeeping now. Like Hulu has their thing with Bleach and One Punch Man. Like they're not letting them go. You can't watch that shit anywhere else.
I thought One Punch Man was Netflix.
No, One Punch Man is exclusive. The new seasons, they're exclusively on Hulu first. Same thing with Bleach: 1,000-Year Blood War. They did the same thing with the final season of Attack on Titan. It was exclusively on Crunchyroll. It's like, damn, nigga, why are we doing this? Like there's so many streaming services, but whatever. They want the streams.
A whole TV series is in the works at Disney. It will be a reboot apparently, and it will be gender swapped.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this? Please go first.
I think that this is an interesting idea, and I'm sure this is just for a new generation of children. So I hope you guys enjoy.
How dare you get the politically correct answer?
Female Sam Witwicky. Hope you enjoy it. That's not his name. Sam. His name is definitely Sam.
I'm tripping. Stanley Yelnats.
Stanley Yelnats. Yes, which is his name backwards. Hope you guys enjoy Stanleya. Y'all have fucking fun, okay? Mondy, what do you think about this?
I want to cancel my Disney Plus after I read this news. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's beyond pandering at this point. It's like a slap in the face to creatives. And first of all, I'm not even against the idea of Holes being rebooted as a TV series. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't, but first of all, if they were to do that, I wouldn't want any kind of connections to Kiss and Kate Barlow or Sam, because that story's been told. Mm-hmm. I would want it to be a sequel or maybe a prequel to the movie in which we have new kids at Camp Green Lake that are going through these trials and tribulations, because that could be interesting to explore. But to reboot a movie that doesn't need to be rebooted and then add the gender reversal, it's just screaming Disney's out of ideas. And they really been, and I said this on Twitter as well, guys. I think Disney Plus, when you really think about it, they might be the worst streaming service in terms of just content. Like not like new content, not stuff that they have in their vault. Like, obviously, they have some classics in there. Like just stuff that they are putting out on a continuous basis is not good on average. But because that Disney name, they're able to get away with a lot of shit. But anyway, this is like the worst news I've heard all week. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Anyway, moving on. Andy Muschietti says that they have 3 seasons planned for the It prequel series, Welcome to Derry. Season 1 will be in 1962, Season 2, 1935, and then Season 3, 1908. So as we know, he comes every 27 years, something like that. It's 23 years, something like that. Mm-hmm. So this could be really, really cool, man. I like how each season we go back more and more in time. So I'm here for it, man. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's do it, bitch. I mean, it sounds like a challenge to me. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm really hoping that this new It series is going to be good and worthwhile. This is going to be on Max, I'm assuming. So yeah, let's do it. I mean, this is 4 more years of work. I mean, obviously that means there'll be 4 totally different casts. So with I guess Skarsgård returning for each one if he's not busy enough. So let's do it.
Yeah, man. Jim Carrey says he's open to returning for Sonic 4 as Dr. Robotnik.
Oh my god, bro.
Please give me your thoughts. I know you love his portrayal as Dr. Robotnik.
Y'all fucking got it, bro. I'm done. Like this nigga, no, bro. This nigga has died in every single one of these movies, bro. If you haven't seen Sonic 3, spoilers, bitch. He dies in this one too. He dies like a literal planet. Yes,
planetary event happens.
like this nigga got nuked, and he's just gonna walk in and I'm back. Like, bro, y'all got it, bro. Y'all have fucking fun. Shadow, Amy, whoever else they bring in, Metal Sonic. Have fun. Have fucking fun. This is for you.
Guys, he'll be there opening night. I promise y'all. I promise y'all he'll be there.
I won't.
Right. Catch you at Cinemark, bitch. Dune 4 is reportedly early in development. Not 3, guys. Dune 4 is reportedly in early development at Warner Brothers. However, Denis Villeneuve is unlikely to return as a director.
Yeah.
They're trying to franchise this thing. It seems like they're trying to franchise. Which if you read, I don't read the books, but I know this is extensive lore in the books and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts on Dune, like franchising the shit out of this thing?
I mean, on one hand, we're getting Dune content, but on another hand, we're losing the director of the first 2, which we love. So,
first 3.
Yeah. We haven't seen 3, so that's why I didn't say that yet. But yeah, damn. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, you're drinking a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm sure they'll hire somebody competent, and we'll part 4 whenever it comes out. We're fucking 45, so let's do it.
Yeah, this is bittersweet. Obviously, I love more Dune content. Obviously, we already lost Greg Fraser, the cinematographer for Dune 3, and now we're losing Denny in Dune 4. I need to have that cohesive vision still. I need to feel like this is part of the same universe, which I'm sure it will. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I guess. Yeah, I'm here for it.
I guess.
Squid Game season 2 is the biggest debut for a Netflix series ever, with 68 million views. What are your thoughts? You don't watch Squid Game, but what are your thoughts if you have any?
Yeah, Call of Duty has released a partnership with Squid Games, and there's a new mode in Call of Duty.
Squid Game, singular, not plural.
There's a new mode in Call of Duty called the Squid Games mode. Shut the fuck up. And yeah, it's actually really fun to play. I know what red light, green light is now. You can't move, or she's gonna get you. She's gonna get you. So yeah, I'm actually having fun with the game mode in Call of Duty. It does not make me want to watch the show at all, but I'll probably watch it eventually. They have some of the characters in it who obviously I have no idea who they are. And
is player 456 in it?
I don't know who that is. And yeah, so shout out to Squid Game. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is good for Squid Game, man. I thought that people weren't talking about season 2. Apparently they are, because it's the biggest debut ever.
Yeah. Speaking of debuts on Netflix, Monday Night Raw was also debuted on Netflix this past Monday.
I had that last. I wanted you to give you a rant on that. But yeah, congrats to Tom Holland and Zendaya, who are recently engaged. So love that. And now for the last segment, Julien, please give us your thoughts on WWE Raw on Netflix. And I have a question: why was Hulk Hogan getting booed? I'm serious.
I don't know. People say because he's racist, like super racist now. People say it's because of political views, which I don't think it's because of political views, because like there's a lot of people in WWE who supported Trump, like The Undertaker, like Vince McMahon, like Triple H and Stephanie probably, and they didn't get booed. More than likely is just come down to like some of the stuff that's come out about him recently. I'm pretty sure he has some allegations in the Vince McMahon doc, and yeah, and the whole racism thing. I think that's like a huge reason why. Obviously, I literally don't know. Like, I'm not that plugged into the wrestling community anymore. But it was hilarious. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, wait, is he getting booed? Like, wait, what? It was funny. Anyway, Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Man, this is humongous. This is huge. Monday Night Raw went live in front of 240 countries simultaneously because of Netflix. That's just awesome. It was one of the biggest debuts ever. Of course, they had to pull out all the stops. They had The Rock, they had Hulk Hogan, they had John Cena, they had Roman Reigns. They had everybody that they could fucking have, aside from like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then I don't know what the fuck he was doing. They
Was
just
Ric Flair there?
Ric Flair was not there.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing either. But yeah, I mean they had everybody
Batista.
that they could possibly fit. Batista, he's working. He's doing a movie, isn't he?
He's doing real movies, huh?
Yeah, real movies. So yeah, man. It's almost WrestleMania season. So it is WrestleMania season. So every single one of these Monday Night Raws is going to be big. WrestleMania in Vegas this year in April. So it was great. It was great.
Are you going?
Fuck no, bro. The WrestleMania tickets are like $2,000 a piece. Like,
Really?
Wow. Even like nosebleeds are like $600. I'm just like, wait, we got WrestleMania at home. Fuck that. And besides, I mean, I've been to 5 WrestleManias. I had my time. It's up for these new niggas now. They got it.
Were there any highlights from the show that you had?
The WrestleManias I've been to?
No, out of the Netflix premiere that just came out on Monday or last Monday.
Oh, I mean, it was a typical episode of Monday Night Raw. If I'm being honest, like it didn't really stand out from like Monday Night Raws that we've seen. Like we've had good matches. We've had the big stars, the surprises, and the returns, and all that. So to say that like it was like an amazing episode of Raw because it was on Netflix, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I'm glad that Netflix and WWE are partnering. So it's cool. It's super cool.
Nice. Well, guys, that wraps it up. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, Mondy, everybody, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Current Era Pod. Thank you.
Yes. And share if you're feeling frisky.
There it is. I'm waiting on it.
And I hope you guys enjoyed our new segment of random recommendations. Like I said, it's like a once a month thing, guys. It was fun for me. I look forward to getting 2 more recs next month.
Yeah. Thank you, Mondy. You're the best.